Hi everyone. Guys, we are live as I promised. Apologies for getting late. So if you guys are able to hear us, please give me a thumbs up. And if you guys are able to help us in getting more viewers, especially on TikTok, if you tap the screen, that'll be great. That would help us getting more viewers. And if you have any questions, please start posting in the comment box. So we are live on Facebook as well as on YouTube as promised. And I would prefer to take all the questions on YouTube or on Facebook. So please try to bring your questions there. Continue double tapping the screen. And if you are new to our live shows, I don't think there are any viewers as yet on Facebook or on on YouTube, but we do have a few viewers on TikTok. So if you guys are able to hear me properly, please give me a thumbs up. If you guys are able to hear us. All right. So I'm being assisted by Mr. Malvinder today. Okay, Malvinder is also a migration agent. He looks after our office at Manningham in outer just outside Adelaide City, only a few kilometers away. So if you're looking to discuss your case with Malvinder, you can simply call him. His number is also available on the videos that we generally create. And you can also call us on this number. We can pass on his number if you want to come and see Malvinder if you're not able to come to our city office.
Hello guys. So I'm letting you know that we are running a free sessions for next 2 weeks on Tuesday and Wednesday. If you like to join us, please call me and book the session. Yeah, and Mahinder sir will be also available at the time.
So basically, what we are doing, we are promoting our new office, which is located at Manningham. You can avail a free consultation, only physical consultation in our Manningham office. For booking that consultation, you have to, if you are on TikTok, check out one of our videos. I think it's in the pin section. And you have to call that number to book that session. That phone will go directly to Malvinder. So he will help you in booking the time, and we'll see you there. You can choose any time between Tuesday and Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. if you're coming to see us in Manningham office next week and even following week. So we are going to run this for 2 weeks. For those who want to ask questions, please bring all the questions on YouTube and or Facebook. In a minute, I'm going to show you our Facebook as well as YouTube. So just give me 1 minute. Please help me in double tapping the screen so we can get at least 50 or 60 viewers. On TikTok, we only have 1 like at the moment. So I would love to see more likes. Yep. Continue double tapping the screen, and I'm inviting some more viewers from my Facebook so we can have few people there as well. In the meantime, Maddie, can you please help me picking some questions from here, please?
Sure. So Aryan Shawan says, "Hello sir, 190 New South Wales analyst programmer with work experience, 90 points. How much chance?"
I think Aryan, every live show you come and ask me this question. If you are in IT, what my recommendation to you would be, if there is any room for maximizing your points, do it. And apart from that, your job is going to be important as well, how much salary you're drawing. Okay, so if you get a better opportunity with higher salary, that is something that you can do. And if you want to stay where you are currently are, and if you have employer willing to help you in sponsorship, you can also go in that direction, especially 186 direct entry. In many occupations in IT, direct entry 186 is possible if you're highly skilled, because direct entry 186 is also a permanent visa, but there are certain requirements you're required to meet. At 90 points at IT, I would not say, it would not be very promising, but I think 95 or higher points, it may click for 189 for you. When the number of allocation is limited, generally IT generally do not get a lot of invites when the number is limited. The reason being, the government knows that IT is not in priority. If you look at any state's priority, IT is generally not in priority, especially when the allocation is very limited. But health and construction, those are very, very they are in priority in most states. So that's why in IT, if you have if you're not getting invited, if your profile has been there for last 1 or 2 years, but if you're not getting invited, that means the chances are limited as per current circumstances. So if you get invited, that's well and good, but prepare for other options too. And one of the best could be 186 direct entry if you meet work experience requirements. Okay, guys, if you're watching us live on TikTok or no matter what platform you're watching us, please bring all the questions on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Mohinder Migration Agent Australia, and our Facebook is Endeavour Education and Migration Services.
So I take another question. Kagan Sandhu. Hi, I have 75 points. Chef 3-year experience completes in April 2026 in Victoria. So what are the chances of PR? So he's asking about the PR chances in Victoria.
I'll be with you in a minute. Just give me 1 sec. I'm trying to invite some more people. So if you guys are watching us live on TikTok, please bring all the questions on YouTube or on Facebook, because it is easier for us to share screen there, show you all the information. Okay. Okay, so can you please help me with other questions as well? I don't want
Sure.
to keep them waiting.
No, that's right. So Serb Sehgal says, my invite rejected from South Australia on 65 painter. Should I need to wait for next upcoming visas?
Very good question. So ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਟ ਇਨਵਾਈਟਡ ਸਟੇਟਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਇਆ ਸਾਊਥ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਵਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ। ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 6-8 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸੋ just keep yourself calm. Okay, if you have received not invited status, it is not end of the world. Okay, if your visa is running out in next 2 or 3 months or before that, then this is a time for you to go and see a migration agent. Okay, you can also come and see us. So you can book appointment by calling that number, or you can simply head to our website and book appointment from there itself, www.ems.com.au. But if you have like 3 or 4 or more months on your visa, then you may get selected in next financial year. You may need to make a better strategy, maybe improve your employment outcomes, maybe think about moving to outer regional if you're in South Australia. But there could be n number of possibilities. You could also be eligible for employer sponsored visa, so that could also be your option. So please take professional help if your visa is running out soon.
Okay. So Game Changer is there. Sir, how long does it take to get approved for 494 visa? So
that's a good question. So 494 should not take more than 6 to 8 months. But the processing times do vary from time to time, depending upon the number of applications the department is dealing in at that particular point in time. So it can vary from 6 to 8 months or sometimes even longer.
All right, I take another question. Gurpreet Kelly says, hello sir, I'm working in restaurant for the last 3 years. Is there any chance they can sponsor? Is the question called? Yeah, sponsor me.
Look, if you're working for a restaurant for last 3 years, yes, definitely they can sponsor you. For sponsored visas, there are so you got to understand the process, how the employer sponsored visa works. So first thing is for the employer. So employer needs to take some kind of permission from the Department of Home Affairs, especially if you're going for 482 and 494. That step is known as a standard business sponsor, or SBS. So they need to take SBS approval from the department. Second step after that SBS is done, second step is nomination. And this is the nomination stage when applicant, the visa applicant or nominee, and the nominator, the employer, comes into play. So these first 2 steps are done by the employer. Then the last step is the visa lodgement. So all these steps can be done at the same time. Okay, if your visa is running out, so we do SBS, and then we do nomination, and we do application right away after that. But for every visa, for example, 482 and 494, labor market testing is essential. But if we talk about 186 does not require SBS approval. You can go for nomination and visa application right away. But the criteria slightly changes depending upon the work experience requirements, depending upon English, and other criteria. So depending upon your circumstances and depending upon your employer's needs of the skills, we decide a certain subclass of the visa, whether it is 491, 482, or 186, and even sometimes training visa. So it all depends upon your different circumstances. So if you're looking to explore options, it would be wise if you could get your employer to book appointment with us. Generally for employers, I offer a free consultation, 10 to 15 consultation, just over the phone, to just assess their basic eligibility and see if there is any room for them to take it further to the next stage. So if you are an employee, or if you are an employer looking to sponsor someone who is already working with you, or if you are an employee and your employer is willing to sponsor you, ask your employer to give us a call. The phone number is available here. They just have to let me know what business and what occupation and where they are located, and then I can ask those questions to determine their basic eligibility, and we take it from there. Okay.
Sure.
I have a question from YouTube. I think Sachita Thapa. Sachita, please ask your question.
So meanwhile, should I take it from here?
Hmm.
So Yuiman Funso, my extended student visa came after completing my course and getting my 485 visa. Any solution?
Which one was it? Funso?
Funso, yeah.
Again?
So his student visa came after completing his course and getting the 485 visa. So I think he may have asked for the extended student visa.
So again, if you have received a student visa grant after your 485 visa grant, then it is a problem. Okay, because the student visa would override 485 visa. If it has happened with you, and if you haven't seen a migration agent, please go and see one immediately with immediate effect. They may be able to write to the department a submission and probably get your 485 active and get your student visa deactivated. Okay, so I'm not using the right terminology here, but just using layman terms. Okay, so go and ask your employer, go and see a migration agent, and they may be able to assist you. If you want to discuss it with me, please head to my website and book appointment. And as you guys know, we give you this special coupon. If you want to book consultation with us while we are live, then you can book it for $99. That coupon is EEMS live. Okay, so you can also send us a message on WhatsApp if you want that coupon. We can send that coupon to you.
Sure. Do you have any question over there?
Yes. So I've got a question from Seezan Maharjan. Sir, what are the chances of getting invited for 190 or 491 from Western Australia at what points? At 80 points, I'm not sure what is your occupation, but depending upon your occupation, you may or may not be competitive enough. Let me show you if I'm able to see some data from Western Australia. Just give me a sec. I'm looking for some data. Okay. All right. So if you are watching me live on TikTok, and if you are located in Western Australia, if you have question related to your Western Australian invitation, I would recommend you to come to my live on YouTube, because I'm sharing the screen there. Our YouTube channel name is Mahinder, Migration Agent Australia. I can show you here. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, so let's have a look. So I have opened this list of invitations. This question came from, I think, Season.
From, yeah.
Yeah, Season,
Right.
engineering technologist. Okay, just give me 1 sec. I'm going to show you on screen. Okay, here we go. So so basically you can see if I search with engineering technologist, they haven't invited any engineering technologist in their latest round. They have invited engineers, but not specifically engineering technologist. So if you are engineering technologist, you are one of those many applicants who have done EOI and waiting for invite. So don't expect a lot. Probably if you are working in a nominated occupation, have a chat with an employer if he is willing to sponsor you. Because in Western Australia, you can get sponsorship even through Western Australian Dharma, if not 190, 491.
Okay.
Okay, so Will Gold is saying, should I get 491 100 points in EN or wait for 190 189 in 1 year as RN? 95 points. Thanks. That's a very good question. Will, depending upon your current visa situation. Okay. You answer to this question will vary. So if you are a holder of a visa that allows you to work full time, and if you have enough time left on your visa, say 9 to 12 months, then you are safe. You may be invited as RN once you graduate, if you continue to hold the same number of points in future. Okay. But if your visa is running out soon, or you hold a student visa, then my advice could be different. If you already have a migration agent, it is worth for you to have a chat with them what they suggest, because everyone may have a different plan, slightly different plan. Even though we are all registered at one place, but the experience, exposure, and their own understanding could lead to different opinions from different people. But I would need to know your full story before I'm able to recommend anything. Vinod Kumar is saying science technician. So for those who don't know, Vinod is waiting for his invite, I think, as a science technician NEC from South Australia. But no, we have received a not invited status. So we will have a look next financial year how many seats South Australia gets, and how they treat that particular occupation in the next financial year. Okay, guys, if you're watching us on TikTok, please bring all your questions to YouTube or on Facebook. On Facebook, you can search as Endeavour Education and Migration Services, and on Facebook, you can on YouTube you can search me as Mohinder Migration Agent Australia.
Okay.
Next question. Can we take some questions from TikTok, please?
Yeah. So Steve Lover, hello sir, I have a 5-year experience in Sydney truck driving. My employer is ready to sponsor. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to take, because this question is going to Steve Lover. Please hold on. Just don't leave the show. I'm going to take your question after I answer one question on YouTube. So please hold on there. We will talk about that in a minute. So Sachita Thapa is asking, my employer is willing to sponsor me. I have 1 year of experience and calculated my hours for work experience, which is 1509 hours. I'm still eligible. Does it have to be full-time work experience for 482? Very good question. So does it have to be full-time work for 482 visa? No. Okay. But you need 1 year full-time equivalent. Even if you have done part-time, that's fine. 2 years part-time equals to 1 year full-time. That's fine. So we need 1 year full-time work experience, and part-time equivalent is also fine too. Okay. And we need that at the time of lodgement of your visa application. So even if you are going to complete that experience a little bit later, before after nomination, should be all right.
Okay. So you can go with this Steve Lover.
Yeah, so Steve Lover. So Steve Lover asked a question that he is working as a truck driver in Sydney and his employer is willing to sponsor him. Now, what are the options? Unless your employer is located in existing Dharma regions, okay, there are different Dharmas for different areas. Unless your employer is located in a Dharma region and in which under that Dharma labor agreement, you can nominate truck drivers. Unless this is your situation, you can't do employer sponsored visa for truck drivers in other areas if it is not a Dharma region. But you can do it through company specific labor agreement. So if you are currently employed in Sydney and your employer has a genuine shortage, and if they meet all the criteria, and if they are willing to go through company specific labor agreement process, which is a daunting process, takes months to put in those applications and address department's queries. We are required to show them with labor market testing that you are not able to find Australian citizens or permanent residents to fill your positions in that particular occupation. Only then company specific labor agreement is possible. But if company specific labor agreement is approved, and if it is in place, then they can definitely sponsor you as a truck driver. Okay, so company specific labor agreement is the answer to your question. Now, Sachita Thapa, I think I have already addressed Sachita's question here. Will is asking another question. I'm a student visa and confused whether to apply for 491 as EN or wait for another year for RN and apply for 190, 189. I will never.
Would you answer
so Will God, I also need to know, would you have a 485 visa after finishing RN or not? If you don't have 485 visa after finishing RN, then it is best decision to go for EN 49. Take it now. Okay. All right, guys. So there are lots of viewers on TikTok. Okay. I want to bring all of those viewers to our Facebook and on YouTube if you want to. Because on YouTube and Facebook, we are also sharing screen when we are answering questions. All right, I want to show you how you can find our YouTube channel. Here we go. So if you, hey, because I've got this, background there, so that's why you can see that's our YouTube channel. You can see us live there. Mohinder, Migration Agent Australia. So if you bring all the questions here, it would be much easier for us to share screen and show you the answers there.
Okay. So Rajesh at MyTube. So I just finished Certificate 3 in cabinet making and currently working with the same occupation. I have 2 years left TR visa. Which state is the best for JRP or future pathway? My points are only 75, New South Wales.
Okay. All right. So you have a very good question being asked by Rajesh at YouTube. So Rajesh, please bear with me. All right, Rajesh. So I'm going to show you this here. I hope you're able to see my screen. Okay. So let's look at the EY data for cabinet makers. Somehow they've got like two different occupations, but both of them are closely related. I hope your skills assessment is in cabinet maker. I'll also check for both of them. So at the moment, 189 is a equal opportunity as a cabinet maker, and you are one of the 63 applicants who have that skills assessment. And if you have 75 your own points, you would be sitting in top, top maybe 10 or 20 people. Okay, so that is for cabinet making. Now, if you look at states, let me see if I'm able to show you everything here. So if you look at states, so as a cabinet maker, I think you are in New South Wales. We have 36 people waiting for invites. Queensland has 37. SA has 35. Victoria has 44. So all the states have very limited number of people waiting for invites. Now, Victoria, somehow, if we look at the trends of the concluded financial year, Victoria does not really favor, housing or these, construction-related occupations. I'm not sure what is the reason. They have been giving most of them like 491s, but 190s were limited. Okay. Western Australia was, however, pretty good. And New South Wales is going to be very big in terms of invitations in construction sector. Now, cabinet maker is not directly related to construction sector, but it is still part of the construction sector. So if you are in New South Wales, you still have good chances of being invited from New South Wales itself. Okay, how you can better your situation if your visa is running out soon? I think you said your visa is valid for 2 years, so you still have time. Let's complete the job ready program probably within New South Wales at the place where you are currently employed, and later on you can think of either moving to regional New South Wales, so in addition to 190, and you are also preparing for 4912. And obviously during this time, if 189 clicks for you, happy days. I hope that helps. Okay. All right, guys, if you are watching us live, wherever you are watching us, if you haven't followed us or haven't hit that follow button, please do it now. My name is Mahinder and I'm a registered migration agent. I'm being assisted by Mr. Malvinder, who is also a migration agent. We are here to help, guys. So if you like to book appointment with us, if you're based in Adelaide, you can avail free consultation with both of us in our new office in Manningham. Physical consultation, no Zoom consultation, which is you can avail from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tuesday and Wednesday, next Tuesday and Wednesday. You have to look for that video which we both of us posted together. That video has a phone number. You have to call that number. Unfortunately, this number, if you call us on this number, we can send you that number. So you're going to talk to Malvinder directly, and then he will help you in booking that time, and you can come to see us physically there. If you are based anywhere in Australia or overseas, sometimes your friends from overseas ask you if you can come to Australia, and your friend really wants to help you as well, or they want your help. But if you are willing to help your friend, then you can also book appointment from our website and then get your friend to join the Zoom consultation. Remember, guys, it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy to come to Australia, but it is worth it. And for those people who are in Australia at the moment, they know the value of the time and effort and energy they have spent in getting their permanent residencies in Australia. I know it is difficult and it is a cumbersome process, but it is worth it at the end of the day. Okay.
So we have Rajesh at MyTube. Sir, just finished Certificate 3 in cabinet making. Did we already discuss?
Yeah. Sorry, that one is discussed. That's Rajdeep next one.
This is Rajdeep, yeah. Sir, me and my partner on ART applied 190, 70 points, and 189, 65. Any chances in Victoria? Or should I apply for 491? Please suggest. Try to increase points, but can't get 8 each.
Rajdeep, I need to know your occupation. Can you please also post your occupation too? And if you are on ART, this is what I have to say to everyone. So if you are on ART, that means you already have an agent who is working for you, right? Your agent should be competent enough to guide you in the right direction. But if your agent is not listening to you, they don't pick your calls, they don't listen to what you are saying, then probably this is the time to hire an agent who is proactive and who puts heart and soul in their work. I'm not saying it's only us. There are lots of good agents out there. So this is probably the time for you to change the agent. Don't pick an agent because that agent is very famous. Don't pick an agent because that agent speaks Punjabi. Okay? Pick the agent on the basis of their quality, what services they offer, and how proactive they are, how quickly they respond to your queries. Remember one thing, any good agent won't work for less price. So if you want the best advice, hire the best agent. And maybe best agents may not be very cheap. Okay, so and when you talk to an agent in the very first consultation, most of us, international students are very smart. You've been in Australia for long enough to understand how things work here. If you talk to a person, you can understand whether that person is telling you the truth or not. If you don't trust it, don't sign up. Only sign up if you trust that person, and do a little bit of your own search as well. Don't completely rely on the agent. On day-to-day basis, we do lots of consultations where the applicant doesn't know what the agent has done for them. I really don't know if it is the agent's fault or it is the applicant's fault that they don't know what stage their work is. But in most cases, we have also seen that the person is waiting for invite, but his work was never done. The person was waiting the agent to lodge the visa, but 60 days have passed and person hasn't lodged the visa. So there are so many things. Make sure you take professional help. Okay, Rajdeep. Now, let me tell you the story of early childhood teachers. And if you guys check my TikTok and even on Facebook, I think some videos are also coming on YouTube as well. I have made a video about early childhood teachers. It's a 10 minutes video because most of the video that we want to make, we really want to help you. We want to pass on the information, pass on the knowledge and that we have acquired over the years and share it with you so you can use it for your benefit. Okay, it may or may not directly apply to your circumstances. If you need more information, please book appointment. Now, in that video, I have mentioned the scope of early childhood teachers in Australia in next 1 to 2 years. If you haven't watched that video, please go to my TikTok and watch that video. I think it is one of the videos on in the top few videos. And listen to that video. Look, if you are an early childhood teacher, you need to plan. The crowd is increasing, but if you have a solid plan, things may work out for you. I also say this thing to everyone at the same time. Beggars are not choosers. So when you are looking for a visa and your visa is running out in next few months, you are not a chooser. You can't choose whether you want to get 190 or you're going to get 189. You're not a chooser. You're just at the receiving end. So sometimes it is a good strategy just to be satisfied with what you have in hand and go for it. Even if you get 491, I would be happy. Why? Because at least now you're on your PR pathway. It may take 3 years, but it's okay. You get Medicare, you get all those benefits, but you can't buy house because you have to pay more money and all that. It's okay. Save that money. You can buy that later. No issues. But secure your pathways sooner than later. Look, it's not department's fault or anyone's fault that you've been here for last 10 years and you don't have PR. And now you only want 190 or 189. It's not your choice. It all depends upon multiple different circumstances. So just be smart. This is what we do as an agent. We convince people. In last financial year, this financial year, I mean 2024, 2025, I had like 7 early childhood teachers. We moved them from Victoria and Melbourne to different regional areas. You talk about Traralgon, you talk about Warrnambool, you talk about Shepparton. And all of them, they have their visas granted already, 491s. They were on 65 or 70 points. So we made that choice at the right time. So if you are one of them, if you don't understand the situation, this is high time to do so. Okay. Manveer is giving me lots of questions. Manveer, I'm not sure if I missed your question, but I'll try my best to find.
It's non-priority occupation.
Manveer's question was, hey,
Okay.
how long is it low? Okay, so Manveer, non-priority occupations can take up to 18 months. Okay, I'm telling you my experience from one of my other client. We launched that visa in September 2023. It is 190. Occupation is cook. We are still waiting for the department's decision on that. I'm not poking the department in that case for certain reason. Generally, if your visa's processing time, if it has surpassed the time indication the department has given on their website, then I would send them email, or I'll contact the department through global feedback unit. But in that case, I'm not poking my fingers on that or poking my nose in that because of certain reasons. So it's been 2 years already, and I want the department to probably take it slow and make decision at their disposal. But if your visa processing times is more than what is indicated on Department of Home Affairs website, you can give a department call as well. Okay, all these tiny things, they do help.
Okay.
Can you leave the job while you are waiting for approval? Absolutely, because all the criteria for 491, 190, and 189, all these three criteria for these three visas for 491, 190, and 189 is at the time of invitation criteria. At the time of invitation. Okay, I think if you have done it yourself, maybe you don't know, but if your migration agent has done it itself, the migration agent has done it for you, they should have told you this in the beginning.
Okay, so you're gonna take this question?
Yeah, I'll take a question from here. Glazier with 65 points. Manjinder, like you are on the top of the world, because there are no glaziers at all in Australia. Highly required occupation. You should get 189 in the next round.
Okay. You take another question, Hazel. Hi. I got my 482 3 months ago in childcare. Do I have to complete 2 years of 482 to apply for 186?
Very good question, Hazel. Very good question. All right. So the question is, a person has got 482, okay, on as a childcare worker. Can they apply for 186? So from 482, while you are a holder of 482 visa, you can apply for subclass 186 visa in two different ways. Okay. First one, if you want to stay with the same employer, even if you don't want to stay with the same employer, that's fine, even if you change the employer. But after holding 482 visa for 2 years, you can apply for 186 under TRT stream. We also call it 186 TRT, means a transition stream. Okay, so that's a transition from 482 to 186. You need the employer to give you that nomination and help you with that visa. Second could be, you can directly apply for 186 direct entry with the same employer or with another employer too. Now the requirement for 186 direct entry is 3 years of work experience. So sometimes what happens when you apply for 482 visa, you may have 2.5 years of work experience only, but your visa is running out. So you took that 482 visa option, no problems whatsoever. Pretty good. But now after 6 months, now you are eligible for 186 direct entry. What is going to happen? If your employer is willing to do so, you can take 186 direct entry nomination as well from the same employer and apply for 186, and having not to wait for 2 years. Okay, so it all depends upon your current circumstances. Yeah. All right, guys, please bring all the questions on YouTube and on Facebook. And on the people who are watching us live on TikTok, I want everyone to double tap the screen, because I'm not happy if I'm only being viewed by 25 or 30 people. I want to see at least 50, 60, 70 people, so we get wide variety of questions, and we have a lot of interaction. What is the purpose of these videos? I sing my heart out in these live shows, and you can see enthusiasm and the excitement, the knowledge, and those things we bring. Why do we do so? To help you guys. So if we help you, you guys help us. How you can help us? By double tapping the screen and sharing our live stream, and also following us if you haven't done so far. Okay. So just continue double tapping the screen. That will automatically keep enough numbers in the live show. All right. So I also want to see if you guys want us to take some calls during this session.
Okay. While you're waiting, can I go with another question?
Yeah.
Okay. So Leo, can Cook apply for 186 direct entry as a cook through our RPL, currently holding 482?
Good question. Can a cook apply for 186 direct entry as a cook through RPL, currently holding 482? So, Leo, we got to understand one thing. So the requirements, the work experience requirement for subclass 186 visa is 3 years of full-time work experience after your qualification, and you need at least Cert 4 as a qualification. Okay. Now, in cases where you are using your work experience to replace the qualification, okay, so you're going to need 6 years of full-time work experience. What's going to happen? Those RPL years, first 3 years, which you actually took to make you equivalent to that qualification, would be taken out. So you're going to need 6 years of work experience if you're going to apply for 186 direct entry, if you have gained your qualification through RPL. Okay. You could be eligible for subclass 494 visa under DAMA labor agreement, because for that the work experience requirement is just 1 year, and after 3 years you can do your visa by yourself through 191 pathway. So different subclasses and different situations. So that could also be another option. I'm not sure where you're located, but this is something what I would like you to consider if you haven't done so far. Okay. Next one.
All right. So Harpreet Pavla, hi, I want to apply for 482 visa. Everything was correct, but pay rate on ATU is different, but gross pay same.
Okay, so ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਨੇ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। We will try to answer you in ਪੰਜਾਬੀ। ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ then hopefully ਕਿ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਸਕਦੇ। ਸਾਡੀ ਵੀ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਟੁੱਟੀ ਫੁੱਟੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਚਲੋ ਕੰਮ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ you can also write your questions in Punjabi as well, so don't feel uncomfortable in framing those correct sentences. I know on social media we become so sometimes conscious, and when I was posting this slide about live show, I accidentally missed that E, and it was a live show. So it was reading as live show, and someone messaged me, is it going to be a live show or it's live show? So I had to change it. So we all do those silly mistakes, which is fine. So don't feel uncomfortable. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ question ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. And for those who follow us from different countries and different nationalities, we love you guys. We are here to help. But remember, I can only help you, or we can only help you, if you first help yourself. So understand your situation. Bring that sense of urgency. This is what we do as a migration agent. My 50% job is to mentor people. I do 50% of migration, do 50% of mentoring, because people are not clear in their head what they want to do with their life. When you come to Australia in a young age, it's open environment, right? You can choose what to do as long as you stay within those rules and regulations. But somehow when you have to do everything by yourself, study, work, manage families overseas, sometimes we just get lost. We have too much of a clutter in our head, so we don't have clarity of thought. What do you want to do with your life? Do you want to focus on making money or paying fees only, or you also want to do that and also want to figure out your PR pathway so you can live in Australia for longer time and for permanently? So these are all things that are very, very important. So this is where you will need a person who is honest, who is ethical, okay, and who is experienced and who knows what they are doing. So go and see that person right now. If you're watching this video right now, that means you need to go to see that person. That could be me or someone else, or find a person to help you get what you want to achieve. Okay. All right. Vinod is asking, what is National Innovation Visa? Very good question. Okay. So is there anyone else who wants to know about National Innovation Visa? Subclass 858. Please raise your hands if you want to know about National Innovation Visa. Okay, probably this visa is still new. So National Innovation Visa, or NIV visa, is a visa subclass 858, I think. It is designed for people who are high achievers in their field, be it science, be it sports, be it business, or be it any other field where they are they have such skills that they are famous, and they are able to justify that they are famous, and they can bring those ideas to Australia. Okay, so that is the purpose of a National Innovation Visa. Now, one of the primary requirements of National Innovation Visa is you should be high achieving person. Okay, so they are looking for people probably who were nominated for Nobel Prize. I mean, I think that's a big thing, Nobel Prize. I think the department is also advertising as a Nobel Prize, but I'm not sure any Nobel laureate would love to come to Australia, because they would be happy where they are at the moment. And why would someone choose to come to Australia if you're already Nobel laureate? But there are lots of people who are working in sectors such as renewable energy. Your skills are very high-fi, you are PhD, and you run your own business, and you got innovative ideas you can bring to Australia. Or you could simply be a sportsman. I mean, if you are in Kenya, especially if you're in Africa, if you're an athlete, you're doing 100Ks, 200Ks, and probably those what we call cross countries and all that, and you have national achievements and all that, you can also probably be eligible for National Innovation Visa. You could be in music, or could be in film industry, you could be in business. So that is the purpose of National Innovation Visa, to bring those high performing people or highly talented individuals in Australia and help them set up their own entrepreneurship here. The primary requirement is to get endorsement. So basically you get endorsement on a form 1000. So there's if you go to Google, and if you ask form 1000, then you can download that form and see. So you can, someone in your field, someone who is in your field but located in Australia, that could be an organization or a person, Australian citizen or permanent resident, can nominate you for that visa. So that 1000 form is really, really important. There is no age criteria. You could be between 18 to 55. If you're above 55, you really need to prove that you have even more skills. And if you're less than 18 years old, you still need to prove you have like very, very high skills that, very rare in Australia. So that is the National Innovation Visa. Also, another visa, lots of people come from India. Lots of our followers are from India. So we also have this Working Holiday Visa 462, the ballot open. So if you want to register for that ballot, you just need a diploma or a bachelor's degree, and you must be between 18 to 30 years of old. And you only need $25 to do that ballot registration. So if you have any friends or family back home in India, they can also register for that. So it is the ballot is open until I think 20th of July. So it is still open. You can register them, and if they get invitation, then they apply for this Working Holiday Visa 462 visa. Initially you get it for 1 year, and later on you can reapply it after meeting certain conditions on your first visa.
Sure.
Suraj is asking.
Suraj Sharma. So, which states can we claim overall experience after completing the education, even claiming the 1 year deducted by VET-SA? The education is highly relevant.
Good question. Which state can we claim overall experience after completion of the education? Okay. So I think New South Wales the only state which had problem, but they also clarified this. They removed that requirement in 2024-2025 financial year. So almost every state you can do it now. There should not be any problem at all. Okay. All right. Lots of people are asking. They are keen to join. So just give me one sec, guys. I have to send these links to some of these people here.
Maybe you can share it in a TikTok as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'll pick the link directly from here. Just give me a sec, guys.
So from there on the top, the 3 lines.
Not here. Should be here. This is the one that I want to share. Okay. I think there are a few people who I think there's a person who is contacting me from WhatsApp about RPL. We try to figure out this RPL thing, but it seems a bit dodgy. So that's why we can't do things that we ourselves feel like dodgy. So unfortunately, I won't be able to help you with RPL. So the best is to probably go to uni and college and do the qualification and do it properly. Okay.
Okay.
So where were we? So let's take Priya's question. ECT.
So ECT or cookery, which option is good? Living in Melbourne on 485, expiry in October 2025. 2027.
ECT or cookery, which option is good? Living in Melbourne on subclass 485, expiry in October 2027.
Yeah.
Okay, very good question, Priya. ECT or
cookery.
You got to understand, cookery is a trade course. ECT is a professional course. So you got to choose whether you want to become a professional or you want to work in kitchen. So if you are happy to work in kitchen, then probably choose kitchen. Whatever you do, whatever you choose, you go to work in that industry. That's a primary thing, because if you will have skills, if you work in the industry, you'll have skills. And if you will have skills, then you can get 491, 190, 189 from states, or say 189 from federal government, or you can also get employer sponsored visa. But if you don't have skills, then there's no room there. And similarly for early childhood teacher as well. So if you have skills, then there is likelihood of getting good results by studying ECT, but you also need a plan. And Priya, the people like yourself who has like 2 years of visa still valid, and they're just sitting in their comfort zone. I want to say to everyone like you, this is the high time for you to make that choice. And unfortunately, I would need to know more information before I'm able to recommend you. So if you book appointment with us, we are going to give you a full plan that you have to work on to land in one or the other visa in these 2 years. Okay, so please head to my website and book appointment from there. Now, which course would you choose? Generically, it will depend upon your your potential, your previous study, your exposure, level of English, your affordability, your current job, previous work experience. All those things we need to know. We need to factor in everything before we are able to. We are not just going to do, hey, early childhood teacher, you're going to get your visa. So you go out there and you take the admission, and then that agent never calls you back, because they have already taken the commission that they were getting by putting you into admission. That's it. And after that, if you don't pay, you don't get anything. Simple as that. So you need an agent who is honest, ethical, and transparent, who can guide you in the right direction and give you full game plan. What is your plan? Do you want to get PR in next 2 years, or you wanna do something else, or you wanna just make money. Sometimes people's personal scenarios do not allow them to take specific advice or work on specific goal. We also factor that in. I would recommend you to discuss with a migration agent. If you want to discuss it with me, please head to my website and book appointment. So I'm going to give you this special link to special offer, so special coupon that you can use on our website to book appointment for $99 only. So this coupon is only valid until today. Okay, the coupon code is EEMS live. So you write EEMS live. EEMS is just our website, and live means live show. So if you are currently watching us live, you can use that coupon on our website, and you can book consultation with me for only $99. For generally, which we charge $165. And anyone who books consultation with us, if you sign up with us for any of the services in future, those $99 or $165 will become part of the final quote, so you don't lose anything. Remember, we are not only here to make money, we are here to change lives. I understand if we change more lives, our business will grow.
Sure. So Rahul Singh Rajput, I'm on 408, but after 2 months my visa going to expire. What is a good option for me?
Rahul, again, I think if you're on 408 and it seems like you've been here at least 6 or 7 years, if not 6 or 7 years, at least 5 or 6 years, or sometimes even longer, you need to book appointment so we can know your full story, your underlying, all the information that I need to know before I'm able to recommend you something. Okay. Good news is from 408 you can do student visa, but just doing student visa is not going to help you. You need a full plan how you're going to spend next 2 to 3 years to actually move on to one or the other pathway. Need to know more, so please book appointment. You can use this coupon. The coupon code is EEMS live. If you don't have the coupon code, you can send me a message on WhatsApp on this number, and I will give you that coupon on WhatsApp as well.
There's a guy called Mughal. He says, "Hi brother, I want to send my son. He's just waiting for the metric result from Pakistan."
So after metric, you can send your son for either year 11 and year 12. Okay, so that is a possibility. If you have your brother or cousin or anyone in Australia, they can also come to study year 11 and year 12 in Australia. I mean, relatively higher chances of visa grant in especially in school sector. So that is one option. If not, then you can send them after year 12. You are going to need a genuine finance, so make sure you start getting ready now. If you're doing a business, then probably bring that business in books, get all the tax returns and necessary documents. You start preparing now, so after 2 years you have all those evidence that you will need to justify your income and stuff, so you can support your son to come to Australia for study. All right, guys. So okay, we have 18 viewers on TikTok, and we have, I think, 10 viewers, 9 or 10 viewers on different other channels. I'm going to now, I'm looking for you guys, if you want us to take calls today. I can give a little bit of time to take calls, but I would need more viewers. I need at least 50 or 60 viewers before I start taking calls. So let's help me in getting more viewers by double tapping the screen and sharing the stream. And I will start taking calls as well. We may take few calls today. Until that, we'll continue answering your questions. Ishal Ahmed, hello G, can you give me some information on Canada visa? Unfortunately, Ishal, we don't deal in Canadian visas. We only work in Australian visa domain, so we don't do Canadian visas.
So Rockstar 413 is angry. He's asking, where is gone? Carpenter 190.
Oh, is that what it means, that angry thing?
Okay. So Carpenter 190 at 65 points. New South Wales chances are.
Look, New South Wales is going to have construction in their priority. Okay, they have this 4-year plan in which construction is one of their high priority occupation. So if you have, how many points does he have?
65.
At 65 points, depending upon how many invites they give, it could be a bit tricky. So my recommendation would be think about moving to probably regional New South Wales. So in addition to 190, you can also become eligible for 491 as well if it doesn't click. At 65 points, can you get invited for 189? At 65, bare 65 points, I think there's a lot of competition. Okay. Ramnika is finally here. Ramnika contacted us on, I think, WhatsApp for the link, but she's here. So Ramnika, please hit that follow button or subscribe button wherever you're watching us so you don't miss live shows in future. I'm coming to Adelaide in 2026 for Master MBA in Adelaide. I won't have post-study work though. Can you please tell me if this is a good option for permanent residency possibility? So Ramnika, first of all, if you've been granted a visa to Australia, when you come here, we always welcome everyone. Australia is a beautiful country. You come and enjoy your stay in Australia, first of all. Now, is it a good option for you to come when you don't have 485 visa? Look, at least you are better than someone who is currently in India, right? So there is a lot of information that I don't know to make assessment, but what I would recommend you, because you're coming to Adelaide, when you are here, you come and see us probably right away. So if you are here today, come and see us tomorrow. I would like to know what kind of work experience, because if you're coming to do MBA, you would definitely have good experience from offshore. Okay. And you would also probably have qualification as well.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, you're coming in Adelaide in 2026. I mean, things can even click before that for you. Right. I'm telling you, I want to share with you guys a story. I had one of my client in Australia. He referred one of his friend from UAE. He was sitting in Dubai. I hope he's watching a live show as well. And the guy in Dubai, he booked appointment with me. I assessed his profile, and I felt, this guy is eligible for general skilled migration. We did his skills assessment. We did his EY, ROIs. He was lucky enough to get invited. And we then lodged state nomination applications, and we have lodged his visa. The guy is still in Dubai. So general skilled migration is possible if you have some professional qualification and work experience, and if your English is superior, means very good English. If you're able to get 79 plus in English, then you can also get visa from offshore too. I also got my visa while I was offshore when I came to Australia back in 2010. The same process you can do in India, which is a general skilled migration, the same process you can do while you are in Australia as well. Okay. So there are different. So Australia selects people from offshore and onshore as well. But from offshore, the competition is very high. And if your occupation is in priority, only then you have good chances. Okay. So, and you are saying, Ramnika, I have onshore experience too in Sydney. So if you have onshore experience in Sydney already, there may be possibility. I would recommend you to book appointment and get your profile assessed. If not me, someone else. Okay. Head to my website, use that coupon here, and book appointment to see me, so we can discuss what options you could have. All right. Next one.
Okay, so you have Australia Soul Life 49 Pathway 1 opening New South Wales regional as a chef.
Absolutely. So 491, not only 491, if you are in New South Wales regional, in the coming financial year, 491 Pathway 1 is open. No problems. You must be working with the same employer. You must be making minimum Tismit salary, require 6 months of work experience. Okay. And you can apply for direct nomination in New South Wales for 491, even in the new financial year 2026, 2025, 2026. And there is another pathway 3. Okay. Pathway 3 is also direct state nomination application again. So pathway 3 is for those people who have studied in regional New South Wales. So you can also apply for pathway 3 state nomination directly. This is going to happen from coming financial year. So Good things are happening in New South Wales. New South Wales was very strict in the past, but they really understand now. Without immigrants, it is hard to survive, because immigrants are the people who work in odd jobs, and the people who actually are happy to work anywhere and wouldn't say fuck off and I'm not going to come tomorrow. So that's one of the reasons why states have this like 5,000, 6,000 places every year to offer for 491 and 190.
Okay. So, Dr. Kibor, I came as a student, recently completed my MBA. My partner came recently, about 4 months ago. Can she do a graduate diploma in early childhood when we apply for it? Fine.
Absolutely, she can. Dr. Keyboard, this is high time. Get your next 2 years planned. Okay. Head to my website, use this EEMS live coupon, and book appointment with me. I can assess your profile yourself and for both of you and make a plan for you. Okay. All right, guys, if you haven't followed us so far, this is the time to hit that follow button or subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. We are now going to take some calls. Okay. So I want to only take my first call when I see 50 viewers. So I want everyone on TikTok to double tap. As long as I get 50 viewers on TikTok, I'm happy. We have lots of followers on TikTok. So double tap the screen. That will invite more people. And only then I'll take my first call. So no WhatsApp calls, number one. Calls only on Australian number and from Australian number only. Okay. If you call us multiple times, I'm going to block you out. If I block you, that means you won't get any updates and status updates on WhatsApp. So let's do the right thing. Let's double click the screen. Get me at least 50 views. Let me hit those 50 viewership number, and then I'll start taking calls. I will take a few calls today. Okay. So we don't take calls on every live show, but today we will take some calls. We had little extra time today. Okay, only 25 viewers. Let's go double tap the screen, guys. Here we go. You can call me now. Phone number is here, +61 452 169 There are certain terms and conditions when you call us. First of all, your call would be broadcasted live on all the platforms. Secondly, you may be required to share some information, at least name, with us and your current visa status. And obviously, you got to tell us your story. Okay. Anyone who calls us during live sessions agrees to the terms and conditions that this information is still generic, because we don't know exact circumstances. You can only share as much as you can share on public platform. If you want to discuss your scenario with us in one-on-one, then you are required to book appointment, and you can do so through our website. Okay. So our phone is open for taking calls, 0452 169 200. The phone number is written here. So you can call us now if you want to talk to us. Okay. Until then, we will take questions. Yeah. Next question, please.
So DT says, sir, it is possible to transaction from 491 visa to 186 visa if you get employer sponsorship.
So let me answer first question from Ramnika. Ramnika, if you have spoken to me before, if you have booked appointment with me before, reply to the first initial email that I might have sent to you. So write all those questions there. You may not require to even talk to me. So write all those questions there, and if need be, I can spare 5 to 10 minutes, no issues. It's not only about money, guys. It's about lives, and we care for lives. So if you have booked appointment with me, I am generally happy to answer a couple of emails. And I was talking to another client this morning. This client booked appointment with me like in August 2024, and when I checked his emails, I have communicated with him in 16 emails, 16 different emails, 16 email thread I had. Okay, so I asked him to please book another time because I have already given him as much as time as more than what he expected.
Yeah.
So it's not only about money, but that appointment that you charges that you pay, that is a value for our time. This is what we do. What we do, we talk to people. We are a service based business. We talk to people, we advise them, and that money that you pay in the consultation is the value that we get for our time to spend with you. Okay.
Right. So we'll go back to the same question.
Yeah.
So DT, sir, it's possible to transition from 491 visa to 186 visa if you get employer sponsorship.
491 to 186, you can't. If you are in a 491 bridging visa, then you can. But if you are a holder of 491 visa, you are ineligible to lodge 186 visa. Otherwise, it will defeat the whole purpose of a 491 visa. Okay. So guys, if you want to talk to us during this live show, you can call us at 0452169200. Our phone call is open. Okay. 491 visa pathway insights. I think that's just the AI.
Yeah.
Yes, Leo, can you please put your question in the comment box? We'll try to take your question for answering. All right. Any more questions? Okay. So I had a question from Will. Will had many different questions. So he was asking, you are on a student visa and you are, studying RN and you already have EN skills assessment. Should you get 491 or not? And I also asked whether you have 485 visa eligibility in future or not. So you mentioned yes. So in this case, as long as you are able to afford your current studies, and as long as you're able to afford the expenses that you're going to have in future, it may be wise for you to probably finish your RN, get your 485 and probably target 190 or 491. So 190 or 189, because you have, as an RN, you have high chances of getting those visas. So it would be a wise choice if you continue to study, finish this study, and get RN skills assessment and probably go for 190 and 189. There are high chances of 189 and 190 if you have high points. Okay, and if you also have 485 visa. So you're not losing on any opportunity as such. So there's no hue and cry for you to go for EN and only 491 at this stage. Stocks is asking chances for cybersecurity for 189 with 90 points. Just on marginal chances. Cybersecurity, why I'm saying so, because of this. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you cybersecurity. Would that be analyst or engineer? I think that would be analyst. Yeah. So if you are a cybersecurity analyst, which is 26, 21, 16, then this is not available. That's not analyst, I think. It could be cybersecurity engineer.
Did he mention anything?
Did he mention? Please also write your ENSCO code, because sometimes the ENSCO codes are confusing. I know, you guys expect migration agents to know everything, but remember, there are like over 500 occupations in the skill list, and no one would know all of them and their ENSCO codes, even if you have been working in the industry for 20 years. Okay. So please write your ANSCO code. I'll be happy to make a search here.
By the time we can take next question, if you like.
Yeah. By the time we'll take next question, which is Sohail Malik from Doha. Hi, sir. What are the chances for 189 round? I don't think there will be any round because we only have 2 days left in this financial year. But there's high expectancy of getting a round probably in September or even in July. It's been long enough. We haven't got any round. So all right. So I've got this ANSCO now 26, 13, and 15. 26, 13, and 15.
Engineer.
So that's engineer for sure. Okay. I think I'm searching the incorrect page. Am I not searching properly? Just give us a second, guys.
No, I think this is the way, but
just give us a second. Okay. We are not getting. It generally comes in here. It's quite simple. Generally here. Just give us a second, guys. Just trying to fix the issue. I'm somehow not able to access the site properly. It could be some technical glitch, but at 90 or 95 points, depending upon the number of invites the department sends you, your chances will depend on that. I think with IT, we would easily find a lot of people with Spirit English, 8+ years of work experience, a skilled partner, and NATI, PT, Superior, and all those. So it is very, very competitive. Can you get invited? The chances are limited at 90 or 95 points, because they do give invites, but they only give probably few hundred or maybe less than 100. So the top ranking EUIs and the oldest EUIs, if they're sitting on the same number of points, would be selected. So if you are on 95 points, and if on 95 points you have 100 more people on 95 points, if the department is giving invitation round, they're going to select the oldest EUI when that EUI got 90 points. Okay, so they're going to select the oldest. So if you have 90 people before you who got skills assessment before you and achieved 90 points before you, and if they only invited 90 people or say 85 people, so those people will get invitation first. Okay, I hope that helps.
Any more questions? Okay, Ravinder Singh says, sir, any chance of 49 family sponsorship 100 points motor mechanic?
Unfortunately, no. फैमिली स्पॉन्सरशिप दे विच उन्होंने कोई इनवाइट नहीं दिता। इस साल भी नहीं दिता, पिछले साल भी नहीं दिता। ठीक है। So remember, the purpose of family sponsorship was to make a kind of trail. So they were trying to make a trail. So if you have a family member in certain region, it is easier for the next family to come there and settle, so as to address those population issues in that particular area. But given the circumstances when we have so many immigrants, people are crazy to come to Australia, and those who are in Australia, even if you come here on other visa, you want to stay in Australia. So we genuinely don't need family sponsorship. That's why they're not giving any invitations. If these regions were short of people, then definitely. So sponsorship, family sponsorship was made specifically for that purpose. But now the purpose is not there. That's why they're not inviting people.
Sure. Okay, we take another question. Palmo. So she says, I'm halfway through nursing course. when would be the good time to try for PR during TR?
So Pelmo, that's good. If you're halfway through nursing course for now, before you finish the nursing course, 6 months before you finish the nursing course, make sure you talk to us and book appointment and talk to us what you are required to do in next 6 to 8 months. So that is the time when you make plan. At the moment, you do your best in your studies, make lots of money because you're gonna need that money in future when you apply for PR. Okay. So we don't recommend everyone to book appointment with us because we are only after your money. No, we are after your life. We are after your life. So we are after lives, not just money. So contact us um, when you are about to finish your study, just 6 or maybe 4 or 5 months before you finish your studies.
Okay. I will take this question, Nikki. Where I can find the list of passport countries doesn't need skill assessment.
And for what visa are you talking about, dear?
It doesn't say.
So if you're talking about 482 visa, okay, so if you're talking about 482 visa, there is a mandatory skill assessment requirement for only 25 trade occupations, only for trade occupations. So if you have a professional occupation, you don't need skills assessment for 482 visa, number one. And out of those countries, even out of those countries, we mainly have Indian subcontinent. We have some countries in South, in this countries close to Asian countries, and then we have countries like Mauritius and all that. We have, I think, countries like South Africa too. You need a skills assessment to apply for 482 visa if you are in those countries. But if you are in Australia and if you've got Australian qualification, the minimum required qualification for that particular occupation, then you don't need skills assessment either. Okay. And also, and where do you get that information? Where do you get the list? You generally don't get the list because we have access to that list through Legend and we can search there. That's why I think if you really browse the Department of Home Affairs website, you may be able to find it somewhere there. So you need to search 482 visa and then look at the eligibility and all that. Look at the documents. It should be somewhere there. But I have told you that you may or may not need skills assessment depending upon your occupation.
All right. Take another question. Redford. Hello, I applied for a student extension from 13 months. I want to go overseas. Can I go for a bridging visa B?
Absolutely, you can. Should not be a problem. Make sure you haven't breached any conditions of your previous visa, because that's where the things become messy. If they somehow stop at airport and if they find that you have breached your visa condition, it could become messy. But apart from that, should not be a problem. But if you think that there is a problem, then probably it is better not to go now.
So here's another question is that if his visa refused and I'm overseas, can I come
Yeah, you
back?
can come back and lodge your ART while you're onshore.
But within 28 days?
Yeah, within 28 days.
All right.
Leo,
So Leo,
I was informed from other senior lawyer I'm eligible for direct entry as a cook, even if it's from RPL and pre-qualification. Okay. So basically, let me tell you this, Leo. As I said earlier, as a professional, we reference the same legislation, but how we apply that legislation, the understanding of that legislation can vary from agent to agent, number one. Okay. Whether it is a lawyer or it is a registered migration agent, we have the same legislation we read. Okay. Sometimes you can get very dumb lawyers, sometimes you get very dumb agents too, either way. Okay. And also in law, there are always things which are placed in a gray area. So it is a gray area. Gray area simply means that law does not clarify certain things. So it is your own understanding to interpret that law to conclude what does that say and how does that apply to you. Okay. Because we are all different, we come from different countries, we come from different backgrounds, we have different levels of education, qualifications, everything is different. No a single human not two individuals are same, even not identical twins. So what happens in that case, it may be applying it slightly differently. Now policy is, if you have like if the lawyer has given you in writing, ask them what is the policy, of which policy they are referring back to, that thing. Okay, my understanding is if you don't have qualification, you need 3 years of work experience in trade occupations to waive off the qualification, and then your 3 years of work experience would be required after that. So if you're going just with your work experience, and because your RPL is just your work experience, then you need 3 years after that. So you can reduce the risk. Remember, can we lodge a visa? Absolutely, you can lodge. You just pay the fee and lodge the visa. But would it be granted? That's where those nitty-gritty things, they come in play. Okay, I had this call. I want to take one call. This guy called me, so probably he's expecting us to take call. You can call me again. I'll be happy to take just one call. We are almost about to end the live show, but if you still want to speak to us, you can give us a call 0452169200.
Take the next question. So,
Yeah.
Raja, sir, I have 1 year experience required for 407 visa onshore. What's your question then?
Do we need skill assessment for 407? You don't.
No.
What is the primary requirement for 407 visa? You need to have at least 1 year of work experience in last 24 months, or at least 12 months of relevant qualification within last 24 months. And sometimes even combination of both is fine as well. Okay. All right. I've got a question from Desi Gamer. Desi Gamer is asking, sir, my wife is on postgraduate visa finishing in November 2025, but she is about to finish her EN in Sydney by end of July. What are her options? Desi Gamer, high time to book appointment with me right now. If you want to book appointment right now, then you can use this coupon that will allow you to book appointment for $99. So you can check that in the reply button. Yeah. Rabi is asking, ICT support engineer. I think I have to take this call, guys. This guy may be calling us for live session. All right. Are you calling us in the live session? So.
Yeah. My name is Samuel, and I'm calling from Perth.
Okay, that's okay. Just give me 1 sec. What was your name?
Samuel.
Samuel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we talk offline first before? Or?
No, you won't be. So if you want to talk to me offline, you have to book appointment. Okay, but if you want to talk on the call, that's fine as well, because my promise was there that I'm going to take few calls, and you are the last one. I think we are about to end the show. So do you want me to talk now, or you want to take that coupon and book appointment if it's too personal?
It's just about my permanent residence. And
yeah, that's okay. I mean, you can talk now. What is your current visa?
482.
482. Yeah, that's okay. And what occupation?
A fitter.
Fitter.
Yeah.
Which one? Carpenter? Is that in that? Fitter?
No, mechanic.
Mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Mechanic means a motor mechanic?
Motor mechanic. Yeah.
Motor mechanic. Okay. Okay. And how long you been on 482?
4 years now.
4 years. Okay. Have you got skills assessment?
Not yet. Do I need a skill assessment? Or?
If you want to apply for visa your own for general skilled migration, you do need skills assessment. But if your employer wishes to sponsor you for permanent visa, the same employer won't need skills assessment.
Will I, or I will not? For 4 years? I'm told after a number of years, you don't need a skill assessment.
It doesn't depend on the number of years, Samuel. It depends upon, so for example, if you want to go to certain area from A to B, okay, if you want to go from A to B, there could be different routes to get there. You could go through C, or you could go through D. So depending upon, your goal is permanent residency, which is B, Now you can choose to go through C or you can choose to go through D. So if you choose to go through D, you may not need a skills assessment. But if you choose to go through A or say C, then you need skills assessment. So depending upon which visa subclass you are choosing and how you want to get there, on the basis of that, the requirement of skills assessment vary. Now, if you, in very simple terms, if you want to take assistance from your current employer for your 186 visa, then you don't need skills assessment. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
But if you want to do it independently, or if you want to do with probably another employer, then you may need skills assessment.
Well, even regardless of 4 years spent.
Absolutely.
And
Okay.
I've been trying the English test too. I'm not getting the required result, required score, and I don't know whether after.
What score are you getting, Samuel?
5.5 overall. 5.5.
Look, your English is pretty good, right? You are talking to me. You're able to communicate with me. So basically, this is where people lose the game because they think they can never get their English. You can get your English. Your English is pretty good. It is just that you need to focus. So the amount of focus you have when you're fixing the cars, the same amount of focus you should have for 3 to 4 weeks on your English, and you'll get your score.
Okay.
Because it's gonna change your life. Do you also have a family?
Not yet.
No family?
No.
Any siblings back home?
Yeah, there is siblings.
Parents?
Siblings back home.
Parents?
Yeah.
All of them, they also rely on you for many different things. If you get your permanent residency, that should be your motivation. So get back in the good English teaching class. Get all your basic concepts clear. Don't rely on strategies where people say there are tricks to pass it. No, improve your English, improve spelling and things like that, and you'll get your score, and then your options will open up.
Oh, okay. So my brother is also schooling here, but it seems, I don't know whether I can say this one on the public, to the public, but I should say it so long as you forget that.
What does he study?
He's studying, but he's he diverted the course to a different course. And
look, this is a common story. A lot of people come to Australia and change their course, and this is a critical time when they change their course. If you think he needs assistance at this stage, because if he gets the things right now, and if he has a plan right now, then his next 2 or 3 years could go easily, and he could find his PR pathway, sooner than probably you or someone else who don't take assistance. So if you can afford, I would recommend you, please book an appointment so we can talk about your brother as well as you as well, what options you have, and the information that you can't share on public call here. We can discuss it.
That sounds good. So how is the appointment? How should we go by that?
So if you are on TikTok, you can simply head to my website from TikTok, and there's a link to website. You can book the appointment from there, and you can use this EEMS Live. That's a coupon you have, EEMS Live. You can send me a WhatsApp message. I can write back the coupon. If you use the coupon today, it will allow you to appointment booking for $99 only. Okay.
Yep. Oh, good.
All the best. Take care. Thank you. No more calls, guys. That was the last call. If you want to discuss any visa related matter, remember, for those who are looking to get their invites in next financial year 2025 2026, this is the time to plan out. This is the time to talk to a professional registered migration agent who is honest, ethical, and transparent. So we can prepare a plan for you for next 12 months. There are lots of good agents out there. Find one in your locality. If you need us, you can contact us from the given numbers here on the screen, or on TikTok profile or other social media profiles. Okay, all the best to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
We'll see you in the next live show. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone, on Facebook and YouTube as well. Bye-bye. Take care.